Gremite. In this video, we will talk about Adobe Premiere Pro effects. Let's get into it. In every video editing software, there is a bunch of effects and I will define it to you guys. What is it generally? Okay, so there is something that you need to understand first. There is clip properties and effects. This is two different things, but either way, they both can be saved as a preset to make your workflow faster. So let's get into Premiere Pro. So I have this cat video here from Pexels and see the properties. This is a 4K video and color space 709 and 30 fps. Okay, I will make a new sequence here. Okay, Full HD 30 fps, but our sequence is different size from our footage. What will happen? If you see my previous video, you will understand what will happen next. I will drop it to my sequence here or my timeline here. So the footage does not fit my timeline size, my sequence size. So it look like this. How to make it fit to our timeline size? Because the footage and the timeline size is very different. So there is two ways. You need to scale to frame size or to set to frame size first. So what's the difference between these two? Okay, if I use a scale to frame size, you see here the scale option here. Okay, I click scale to frame size and this will not change. So Adobe Premiere use a downscaling or upscaling filter algorithm to make it fit to our preview monitor here. That's the algorithm, but because it uses algorithm to scale the size, it will make our image not as sharp as it is. We want our image as sharp as possible and we need to render it as fast as possible. The scaling algorithm will make your render slower. So every time I need to scale my own footage to my timeline size, I use the set to frame size here. So Premiere will use this scaling option. So the Premiere just scale down our footage to fit our sequence settings. Okay, this is much better. It render faster. The footage will look much sharper. That's you need to understand. So this effects control here is our clip properties, video properties, and audio properties. So if I want to rescale it again, I just need to drag it to right to make it bigger, or drag it to left to make it smaller. Easy, right? Easy. Okay, if I want to adjust the position of the footage here, I just click here and drag it right, drag it left, or make it up, or make it down. Easy. Okay, if I want to reset our image, I just click here. Okay, reset parameter. This button will only reset this parameter here, position only. Okay, if I want to reset everything here, okay, I will make a change first. If I want to reset everything here in the motion effects, I will click here. Boom. Okay, it reset everything back to 100. Okay, so if I'm working with a 4K footage and I want to render it to Full HD, I just need to copy my properties here. Okay, clip properties here to every video that I use. Okay, let's say this three different footage. Okay, let's assume it's three different footage. Okay, so I just need to copy it or Ctrl C and click here, Ctrl V. Okay, click here and Ctrl V. Okay, this will copy the FX motion to every clip that I select. Okay, I will undo it first. I will show you the faster way. Okay, right click and copy and select the clip that you want to paste. Right click and paste attributes. Okay, and I want to paste my attribute here, scale attribute times and motion. Okay, and voila, bada bing, bada boom, easy. Next is rotation. Okay, we will learn about rotation. Every rotation based on anchor point. Okay, so our anchor point is 920 and 1080, obviously because we use a 1080p sequence here. There is the anchor point. If we rotate our image like 45 degrees maybe, you see it rotate based on anchor point. If we adjust the anchor point position, it will rotate based on anchor point. Okay, remember, rotation is based on anchor point. So I will adjust my anchor point here. Okay, so it will rotate based on anchor point. Let's see. Okay, boom. So below the anchor point is anti-flicker filter. So this will sometimes work, sometimes don't. So I don't use it very often. Even I don't use it at all, you know, because as you see here, my monitor here is flickering. Okay, this is a cheap monitor, as you know. It will flicker on the camera. This effects here will not 100% fix it. Okay, so leave it be. Leave it be. Just shoot your video with correct shutter speed. Okay, but I'm using auto here, smartphone. And next thing is opacity. If you want to make your videos more opaque, use opacity mode. Okay, I will show it to you guys, and I will use this cat clip here. So I will make this more opaque, like adjust the opacity here. But if you don't have any videos behind it, it will just turn darker like this. Okay, because there is no video behind this. As you see here below the opacity tab here, you will see the tools to make a mask, and the mask path here, we can adjust it by animating it. I will demonstrate it to you guys. If I make a mask here, okay, like this, maybe, okay, just a sample. Boom. Okay, it's mask our video, just like Photoshop. Easy. So if we draw a mask here, we have this option to invert the mask. Okay, this will invert the mask, and you can use it creatively also. If you want to delete the mask, click here and press delete. Easy peasy. And blend mode. This will adjust your blending mode to your video. For example, if we use the darken, it will make the light area disappear. Boom, like this. Okay, or we make it lighten, we will make the dark area disappear. Boom, like this. Easy, right? You can further learn the blending mode by practicing yourself. Remember, practice is number one. If you guys have any question, drop your comment below, and see you in the next one.